Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the porch. I am Deb. Sitting here this morning, just getting ready for another Christmas. Um, but everyone is a little bit different. Every time we celebrate with family or friends, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different setting, a little bit different gathering. And today, you're making deviled eggs with me. That's what we're doing this morning. We are making deviled eggs. But I just wanted to hop on and, because so many people are sitting at home by themselves and doing quiet things, if you will. And as we sit home by ourselves and do quiet things, and we have time to reflect on the year, the countdown, the whatever it is, um, wherever it is we're going with that. There's some times that I think that, you know, as we go about and do these things, yesterday we talked about nature teaching us things that we forget at times. And I think sometimes the things we forget are we want everything. We want instant gratification, right? We want everything at the tips of our fingers because that's what we get in the world we live in. Kind of is everything is instant gratification. I can talk and ask questions to my Google device. I don't want to say her name, otherwise she talks to me. But and I can answer that she can answer everything. Everything's at the tip of our fingers. And that's how we want our life to be, isn't it? Everything has a time and a purpose and a season. And sometimes we can't appreciate those times and purposes and seasons. So, like I said, this morning I just wanted to jump on, and I know it's not planned. It's nothing is set in stone that this is what we should be doing, but I was hoping maybe a couple of you would just jump on and say good morning and really um, just see where you're at with that. So I've been looking at the 2025. So we are on a 2025 countdown. We are on the end. We are at the last week of this year. And looking back, this has been a year. There's been so many changes and so many um, new things and new beginnings and so many endings to doors that have closed. And, sometimes those are difficult and sometimes they're beautiful. And so as we're going through, and I've been reflecting on the doors that have closed, not that I'm holding myself there, I'm not staying there, but I've been reflecting on the doors that have closed this year. But for every door that is closed, something new has opened and something new has developed. And so, as we said yesterday, nothing blooms all year, nothing stays forever. And, and nothing grows overnight. So it takes time, it takes um, us places to get to where we are and to where we want to be. So as we are going through and growing together and nurturing each other on the porch and in our lives and in our families. And I'm hoping that, you take a little bit of what you hear on the porch and you share it with somebody because it really is about creating a space that is absolutely um, free. There is no judgment here, no judgment at all. We can worship God the way that God is teaching us to worship God. We can, um, you know, live in different lives, in different livelihoods, and we can build ourselves up, but we can be there to support one another. So that's the exciting part to me. So um, yeah, I am going to hop off real quick, and I'm going to just come back on Facebook on the porch page because for some reason, um, well, maybe we'll just wait. So say good morning if you're here, because I wasn't connecting on my page, but now I am. So, but like I said, so as I'm reviewing 2025 and looking at all of the changes, the people we've lost, the grieving that is going on, the people that we met, and the people that God's put in front of us. For me, it's been a journey. by all means. And I am putting eggshells in my eggs. I'm peeling eggs for boiled egg or for deviled eggs for our Christmas party today. And they'll have eggs in the eggshells in the eggs, in the yolks. But anyway, so like I said, reviewing the year. What about you? What about you? As you're reviewing 2025, what kind of years it have been for you? Has it been a year of disappointment? Has it been a year of growth? Has it been a year that you can look back and say, man, I hope this 2026 is better? Or, man, if 2025 was that good, 2026 is going to be great. How are we looking at life going into this new year? Because I really do think that as the seasons change in our lives, that we need to really grow with that. And like I said, so many things for my life has changed. I've grown a lot. I know that. I'm excited. I personally am excited for 2026 because 2025 taught me a lot of lessons. We walked through a lot of storms. We went through a lot of things that I never thought that I would go through or experience. But I'm excited about 2026 because I feel like God is saying, you know what? This is the year. This is the year that in my 59th year of life. But before you turn 60, Deb, before you get ready to retire, good morning, Margie. Hi, Kathy. But before you get ready to retire and before you get ready to hang up your hat, I've got work for you to do. And I really do believe that 2026 is the year for the porch. That is my big baby. Is for the porch. And then I do believe for me personally in my personal spiritual walk, 2026 is going to be beautiful. Because I wanna go on retreats. I wanna take you guys on retreats. I want to do personal retreats. I want to do online retreats. We're gonna do some stuff that, like I said, God's calling us to do things. And but like I said, as 2025 is counting down, I was counting my blessings this morning. We gained another granddaughter in 2025. So now I have 7 grandchildren. What about you guys? What are some of the blessings that you have had in 2025 as you're counting down, looking back? And like I said, we can focus on the storms, we can focus on the hard things, but maybe we focus on the lessons we learned from them instead of the storm itself or how God walked through that with us. Um, because I think it's important that we work together and we talk about it because finding a safe space to talk is really hard sometimes. But I really do want you to know the porch is that safe space. You can have difference of opinion. You don't have to believe what I believe. What we have to do, yeah, Margie's, yeah, that is a blessing. And I have my mom with us. That is another blessing. My mom is still here, and so we're picking her up today and taking her to my brother's house. Um, but like I said, so we have we have so many blessings. So what are some of the other blessings that you guys have had this year that maybe you didn't count on? And we have had blessings that we've been able to. Help in other areas and help other people with things and just like I said, God just keeps walking with us no matter. Aw, thank you, Margie. Um, you guys are a blessing to me, and that, like I said, the porch is something that I absolutely treasure, and it's because of you guys. It is because of you guys, and so and so like my birthday giveaway, that was a blessing for me, and so the 2 people that we did, they were people that they're new people to the porch, and so a Britt and and so we're going to try to get a hold of them today. Otherwise, we'll have to do another drawing, but that's okay. Um, but as we're going through and we're growing and we're reaching more people and we're doing bigger, better things, it doesn't mean that we're not still us. It means that He's expanding our territory, kind of like the prayer of Jabez, right? God, protect me, build a barrier around me, expand my territory. We got to be careful what we ask for sometimes. But God is expanding our territory and God is reaching out. And some of the other blessings that I was thinking about this morning, I'm looking around my house and you know, my grandkids were here yesterday and I had part of them overnight, night before and on Christmas night. And just being able to snuggle with them. You know what I did? Oh my gosh. this is so cool. So I realized this year I did not hold a Christmas Eve service, a candlelight service myself. I did not have one the first time in 15 years. And I tell you, I felt empty. I felt um, distant on New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve. I really did. I felt that distance from being a pastor. And then we had decided that we are going to spend our Christmas Eve and go to Christmas Eve service, candlelight service with my son and daughter-in-law and their kids. And you guys, it was amazing. I got to be with my grandkids, worshiping God, watching them um, grow in their faith. I got to be there and I got to be present. I have not been able to do that because I was always up on the pulpit. And so what I thought for me was a storm was an absolute blessing. I got to have my arms around my grandsons and we got to sing together and we got to worship God together and it was amazing. And so God was telling me, hey, you need to take a step back. You need to really focus on what I'm putting in front of you because you still got work to do, Deb. You still got work to do. So as we were doing that, I'm still peeling eggs for those of you that just joined me. We're making deviled eggs together. That's what we're doing. And I figured since I'm standing here peeling eggs, I might as well chat with you all. So are your Christmases all done? Is your holiday over for you, or is it just beginning? You know, some people are just starting their holiday, even after the holidays because they had to work. So are you guys all done with your holiday celebrations? We have one today, and then New Year's Eve, I have 6 of my 7 grandkids staying overnight. And we are going to celebrate with them again. We've done this for the last several years, and I would not have it any other way. I really wouldn't have it any other way. Love, love, love bringing in my new year with my babies. And so I'm not for sure exactly how that'll look yet. But one year we had balloons and they pulled the strings and they fell from the ceiling. So that was fun. Not sure what we're going to do this year. But anyway, so that's kind of my thing and where I'm at with my holidays. And then we have one more Christmas next Sunday with my husband's family. So as we go through and wind down Christmas, I'm still not ready to take down my Christmas tree by any means. How about you guys? Are you ready to take down that tree and undecorate the house? I am absolutely loving my house decorated, and it's inspiring me to organize my house. How about you guys? Taking down that tree and organizing your house. How does that sound? Sounds like work. So, but like I said, there are things in our lives that we are going to do. But as we count down 2025, I really want you to focus on your blessings. Like I said, focus on the blessings that God has put in front of you. And Marge is not done yet, and they're going to celebrate today with your St. Louis family. Oh, cool. We're going to see your sister who had knee replacement on December 8th. Hopefully she's doing well. And then your mom tomorrow, New Year's Eve, will be a lobster tail and ribeye steak. Oh, Margie, I want to come to your house. I got my grandkids, never mind. But that is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. How about anybody else? What are you guys doing? Is your holiday done, or is it just beginning, or where are you at with that? Like I said, this is just a time for us to sit and have coffee and chat. And actually, my coffee is cold. So as soon as I'm done peeling eggs, I'm going to warm that up. But like I said, so as we're sitting here and going through our days and counting down the rest of 2025, what I'm going to do for next week is we are going to go over and we are going to count our blessings on the porch. So on the porch, like I said, this last push from my birthday to hit 10,000 followers, we're getting there. We're getting there. Is that a big deal? Is that a big deal? And is it important? It's not really a big deal. To me, it's exciting because that means that we are reaching lots of people for God. We're helping them grow in their relationship with God. We're helping them walk in this journey and hopefully not feeling afraid to share who they are and their own faith, because there's no judgment here. We are certainly a non-denominational place and ministry that we can just come as we are. I mean, seriously, we can come as we are, and it's a safe place to ask questions and to talk. And I'll be the first one. If you're asking me a question about the Bible or about what it means or whatever, first of all, I'm going to tell you that the way I interpret it is whatever. But then I might also say, hey, you know what? Let's look into that together. And let's really see what God's telling us. And let's read some scriptures and let's do some things. But it's about digging into it together. It is not me telling you, this is not the porch, but it is not me telling you what to believe or how to believe it. It's you going to God, and I will walk beside you. I will, I will share my beliefs. I will share what I'm doing. Good morning, Kathy. I will share where I'm at in my walk, but my walk is different than your walk. Our contexts are different in our lives, and our where we live is different, and that is a lot. It really is a lot on what we believe and how we were brought up. Like I said, I was brought up in the Catholic Church. Then we went to the United Methodist Church, and I pastored there. And now we are just on the porch, and I'm no longer with any kind of denomination or anything. And like I said, this year was the first Christmas Eve in many, many years that I did not plan the Christmas Eve service. And I really felt it. I really felt it. So look at this. Thank you for peeling my eggs with me. But like I said, so as we're going through and the rest of the year, okay. Do you guys believe in New Year's resolutions? Do you make New Year's resolutions? And if you do you stick to them? I have been the only resolution that I've stuck to and I failed a couple of times, is one year I made a resolution to stop stealing people's pens, because that's when we were writing checks, but I'd write a check and just throw it in my purse. And so I steal it. I had all of these pens from all of these businesses. And I know that some of them say, oh, that's what they're for. But I really was intentional about not taking people's pens one year. And that was probably the most successful New Year's resolution I've ever made, because I was mindful of it. But what it did teach me is that when you're mindful of it and you are really putting things in the forefront, you can do anything. You can do anything, even including stop stealing pens. Like I said, as silly as that sounds, I think it's important that we realize who we are as people. So I don't normally make New Year's resolutions. That's not who I am, but I know a lot of people do. I know a lot of people do. I do know some things I have goals for, but not necessarily resolutions. And so I have goals in 2026 to put to work almost full time on the porch. That's one of my goals, is to make the porch a place where I am comfortable coming in. And I start my outreach ministry where I'm going to speak to women's groups and to youth groups in just an inspirational kind of speaking from a faith-based, spiritual-based background. And I think it's important, but God has given me the gift of gab, so we might as well use it. So, and like I said, so that's that for me. How about you guys? What are you doing? And like I said, it was like, is your Christmas over? And beginning, and you know what? What time is going to be done? Because my sister's following me. So you guys have a very, very happy day. Love you all. Mwah. Have a good day.